Today, we are talking about finding your purpose in life. Finding your purpose in life. But I want to start by telling you a story. There was this couple. They were in bed late at night, and then the wife awoke the husband. Bad. Go downstairs. There's a burglar downstairs. So the man awoke, half asleep, took on his pajamas and slippers, then went downstairs. As he was going to the living room, before he descended the last stairs, he was staring into the barrel of a gun. The gun was pointed at him. And the guy said, "Hold it." That reminds of the crazy parrot, isn't it? You heard about crazy parrot last week. "Hold it there, buddy. Show me where the valuables are." So the man had no choice. He showed him. The burglar packed everything into a bag. He was ready to leave. As he was going, the guy said, "Please, I want to invite you upstairs. Come and meet my wife. She's been expecting you every night for the last 30 years. She's been expecting the burglar every night for the last 30 years. It means that she's been living in some kind of fear, isn't it? Fear that a burglar may break in sometime and that kind of thing. And it's not good to live your life in fear. You have to live life confidently, because you know what? Whatever you fear or whatever you think about the most, your life will attract. It will happen to you. It will happen to you. You see, successful people are not more intelligent than the rest of the population. They are not cleverer. They don't have a higher IQ. But most of them, they think positive. They think success. They think can do. They know that whatever it is, they can achieve something. While the majority of people are thinking about problems and defeat and can't do it, and all the reasons why. If you tell somebody, you can open a business and maybe make £1 million in the first year, the first question, how? How is that possible? But a positive-minded person will simply say, why not? Bring it on. You see, they're thinking in terms of success. Somebody called Paul Harvey said, "A blind man's world is bounded by the limits of his touch." How far he can stretch and touch. That's his world. He doesn't know the world out there. An ignorant man's world is bounded by the limits of his knowledge. But a great man's world is bounded by the limits of his vision. Great people are visionary. They are dreamers. They think strategically. They can look into the future. They see great possibilities. Even everything that other people say is not possible, before you realize, they've manufactured the aircraft and it's flying, defying gravity. They've manufactured the cure for AIDS. They've manufactured a washing machine. Or they're doing something great. All the things that people said that have been done, the great things that have been done in the world, before they were done, people said they were impossible, until some positive thinker came on the scene and made it possible. I want to assure you, take it from me, the successful people out there, they are not any smarter than the rest of us. They're not. They are not special geniuses or special IQs or special intelligence. They are just like the rest of us. I mean, you can listen to some of them, the Michael Jacksons and the David Beckhams and the Sir Alan Sugars and the Sir Richard Bransons and that kind of thing. When you hear them talk, the Bill Gates, they are normal people like us. In fact, some of us may even be smarter than them. But they've learned something to think positive. They learned something to think in terms of success. Able to do it. Very important. You see, every one of us has a dream planted deep in their hearts. You are born with it. Doesn't matter where you were born, how you were born, parent or no parent, came the wrong way. Doesn't matter. Everyone has that dream inside of them. You see, that dream speaks to your soul. It's always speaking. That dream is what you were born to do. Everyone's dream is different, but everyone has got that dream. You see, that dream draws on your talents and your gifts. It appeals to your highest ideals. It appeals to your highest ideals. There's something that everybody is uniquely wired and gifted to do before they exit this planet. Now today, we are going to learn about some of the ways to discover that. Some of the ways to find out what is your special gifting. What is your special purpose? What is it you were born to do? Because the moment you discover that and give your life to pursue it, you cease to be an ordinary person. You become one of those heroes and superstars that everybody else is clapping for. They discovered that and they pursued it. When you do that, it doesn't matter what that purpose is. You become a celebrity. You become a superstar. You become a winner. You see, very important. You see, a person who knows his dream or his purpose knows what he is willing to give up in order to go up. The moment you discover your purpose, you know that you don't live like ordinary boys and girls anymore. You know that you have to give up some things in order to go up. I told you the story of how I phoned one of my friends, longtime friend, on Christmas Day. And I was asking about the family. Started with the eldest daughter, the second daughter, Beverly. Christmas Day, and said Beverly is in her room studying. Why would a teenager be studying on Christmas Day? Everybody's thinking about food. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's thinking about opening their presents. It was about 10 o'clock. But Beverly has shut herself up in her room studying. So why? Why is she doing that? Oh, Beverly has decided to become a medical doctor. You see, the moment she discovered her purpose in life, she knew that she can't play like just anybody. She knew that she had to make some sacrifices. She had to give up certain things in order to become that medical doctor. And the moment I knew that, I know them very well. I know that girl very well. Just about your age, doing her A-levels. And if she shut herself up to study on Christmas Day, some people don't read any day. Some of you don't study anything any day. Forget about Christmas. Or Eid. That one you have special reason not to study, isn't it? Because everybody's partying. But the moment I saw the sacrifices that Beverly was making, I knew that in 10 years' time, I'm going to read about her as a celebrated medical doctor. And you know what? Her big sister is a graduate. That's the first graduate in their family. If you don't have anybody in your family that has been to university, maybe your parents didn't, or you don't have an uncle or a close relative that have been to, and you want to go, I just want to remind you, it's going to be a bit more challenging. Because you are doing something in your family that's not been done before. It's going to be a bit more difficult, not impossible, you can do it, but it's going to be a bit more challenging. You may not have anybody to look up to, anybody to encourage you. Maybe everybody in your family say, hey, you've been level 3 or A-levels, you've done well, that's enough. Take a breather. We didn't go anywhere, but we are successful, we are making good money. It's going to be a bit more challenging. But the moment you break through that barrier, you see that every one of your siblings, your brothers and sisters, younger ones, it will become second nature to them. Are you listening to me? And when you go, it will be by default that your children will not go to university. I can't imagine my children not going to university. It should be automatic. They don't have to strive to do it. You know what? Several years ago, this was in the late 70s and early 80s. Where were you then? You didn't exist, didn't it? You were just somebody's imagination. Your dad hasn't even met mom, innit? Okay. I remember, as far as I remember, I grew up in a small town. I was the first person to go to uni. It was hard, it was challenging, but I did it. The moment I did it, the insight I gained, the wisdom, the learning, the experience. Now, you know what? Every young person growing in my family, like my sister's children, my brother's children, you know, everybody that's close to my family, is automatic. It's become second nature. Because I broke through that resistance. You are going to do the same for your family. And the moment you do it, you see everybody popping up around you, not just going to uni, having a master's degree. One of my nephews was a lecturer in Harvard. Can you imagine? If you know the town I come from, then you can appreciate what it means. For several years, we didn't have electricity. There was no pipe water. You know, one of those areas where you see people drawing dirty water and that kind of thing, where our water was not that dirty, but they took it from a river for years. Now we have tap water. Okay? So the moment you discover your dream or your purpose in life, it gives you direction in life. You know where you are going. You are headed towards somewhere. So you don't take the wrong path. You focus your efforts. Your mind is concentrated because you are living for something that inspires you. And also, when you discover your purpose, it increases your potential. Whatever is in you begin to come out. Because right now, there are talents and giftings and abilities in you that because you don't know where you are going or what you are doing, it is dormant. The danger is that if you don't discover it and start developing it, it will be there and then it will die. Or you die with it. And you never became what you were supposed to be. So it increases your potential. A dream will also help you to prioritize your life. You don't waste your time doing unnecessary things. You know, many young people leave other people's script, what their friends are doing, because they don't have any program of their own. Oh, I'm going to Liverpool Street. Would you come with me? Oh, yeah, then they go. Oh, I'm going here. I'm doing this. That movie in town. You see, they are living other people's script. They are not following their own life. They're following other people's, you know. But a dream will help you to prioritize, to concentrate your attention, and not to keep all your options open. When you keep all your options open, you are trying to do several things. It's like that person who is juggling balls, isn't it? When you throw several balls into the sky, into the air, and that kind of thing, you throw more and more and more. After some time, your focus breaks, isn't it? At first, it's fun, it's interesting, it's exciting. You have several options open. But after some time, you see that you can't catch up, and all the balls will come crumbling. So after some time, you need to focus on one purpose of life. I know some people are multi-talented. They can do more than one thing. They can excel at more than one thing. But even that, there's one particular thing where you are best in doing. Discover that and give your life to it. The moment you do, you will see that you become energized. A dream will add value to your work. For instance, if you decide to become a medical doctor, you know that even GCSE, English, and Maths are important. You see? Because if you don't pass that, even if you get A's, they are going to go back and look at that and see whether you got it. The moment you decide on something, or you want to go to a Russell Group university, you will discover that some things that other people may consider unimportant becomes especially important to you, and you have to focus on that. You see? Okay? So it's very, very important. There was this reporter that went to a building site. 3 men working there. So he went to the first person and he said, "What are you doing?" What did he say? "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm earning a paycheck." He wasn't too happy about what he was doing. Earning a paycheck. Money for my family. I don't enjoy the work, but I have to do it. Went to a second person. What are you doing? Then the guy looked at it. What do you think I'm doing? Can't you see? I'm just pouring concrete. He wasn't too happy about the work. He went to the third person. Said, what are you doing? And he said, you want to know? Come with me. We are building a hostel for the homeless. You see over here, that's where the girls' dormitory will be. That'll be the reception. That'll be the, the cloakroom, that kind of thing. The other guy, the third person, had a bigger picture. And so he was enjoying what he was doing. It may be hard and challenging work, but he enjoyed it because he had a bigger picture. If you are just pouring concrete, what does it mean? Doesn't mean anything. But if you know that you are building something that's going to benefit people, then obviously it energizes you. Anytime you come to college, you have to have a bigger picture. You are building your future life to become an accountant, a doctor, a businesswoman or a businessman, a pilot, a parliamentarian, something big. You are building your future to become a good parent, a good wife, a good husband, a good citizen. Somebody asked me yesterday, why do you devote your time to do what you are doing? What's in it for you? You know what's in it for me? I am helping to shape great destinies. Great destinies, your destiny. Great destinies. Great destinies. Can you imagine that I meet some of you 10 years later and O'Shea, you tell me that you are the finance director of British Telecom or the UK ambassador to Jamaica. Yeah? Or you are a lieutenant in the British Army or a colonel, you command a troop and that kind of thing. Or some of you have gone back home and become the president of Pakistan. Or the finance minister of Jamaica or Nigeria. You see my joy. So we are helping to build our great destinies, your destiny. We are building a future. And that's important, isn't it? It's more important than any financial reward. Do you agree with that? Yes, it's more important. You see? A dream also predicts your future. If I know your dream, we can predict what your future is going to be like. Oh, it doesn't guarantee it, but the moment you know your dream and your purpose, it makes it more likely that that future would actually happen for you. Makes it more likely. It shortens the odds, you see, that you are going to achieve that future. Yes? No matter what a person's past may have been, your future is spotless. Think of it. Your past may have been wretched, difficult, unpleasant, but your future is spotless. Haven't been there yet. You see, yesterday has gone forever. There is nothing you and I can do about it. Tomorrow will never arrive. But today is yesterday's tomorrow within your reach. See that notice on the IT department there? Yesterday you said tomorrow. Now tomorrow has come, do something. You see, yesterday you said tomorrow. I'll do the coursework tomorrow. You see? Yesterday has gone forever. Stop weeping about it. What happened or didn't happen. Tomorrow will never arrive. Tomorrow is in the future. Nobody works in the future. We work today. Whatever you got to do has to be done today. Yeah? Are you listening to me? But today is yesterday's tomorrow within your reach. The one you were waiting for, now it has arrived. You have to get up and do something. What are you doing with it? You have to dare to dream and do something about your dream. Everybody gets a good idea in the shower, but not everybody comes out of the shower, dry up and do something about it. Everybody gets an idea, but only few people gets out of the shower, dry up and do something about it. I can imagine that many of you are going to do something about your lives. And when you do, life will smile at you and be kind to you. I can guarantee that. See, the moment you discover your dream or you have a definite purpose, you become self-reliant because you discover what's inside of you. You develop personal initiative. You know what you got inside of you. You see, you have imagination. You have enthusiasm, self-discipline, and concentration of effort. These are some of the things discovering your dream will do for you. Now, see, wise men and smart people, they share most of their riches generously. Listen carefully. They share their riches generously, but they share their confidences sparingly. They don't speak everything to everybody. Or if it's money you want, I can give you some. But when it comes to the secrets that are dear to my heart, not everybody needs to know it. You see? Because you see, the moment you announce, you announce your family, I'm going to be a pilot. Your brothers and sisters will laugh at you. Maybe your mom will, you see? If you can overcome the resistance of your friends and your family, you can overcome any resistance out there in the world. Because they know you too well, anytime you tell them about a big vision or dream that you want to become, they'll pour cold water. Not all of them do it, but most of them will. Why do you think you can do that? Why not? Why can't you do that? It's going to happen. You see, it's going to happen. Okay. Wise men listen more and they speak with caution because they realize that in listening, you learn more. When you speak, you only speak what you know already. You see, uncommon men are simply common men who have recognized their uncommon gift and they are pursuing it. So when you go on The Apprentice and you see Sir Alan Sugar or Sir Richard Branson or Bill Gates and that kind of thing, they are common people. The only difference is that they recognize their uncommon gift, which every one of you have got, and they pursued it, and they became uncommon. You can also become uncommon. The moment you discover what is inside of you, you see, you become uncommon. You see, there are many scratches in life, in human relations, many scratches. However, these are nothing but just that. They are scratches, minor scratches. I've heard students complain about that teacher and this teacher and that teacher and that kind of thing. These are minor scratches in life. But sometimes they treat them as if they are big wounds. These are not big wounds. In human relations, there will always be these scratches. You see? Don't treat them as big wounds. How big are you? Because it requires somebody big to succeed. You have to be big to succeed. Only a big person can see the opportunities out there. Only a big person can see what is worth one's attention. There are some things you just brush them off. You don't devote any time and attention to them at all because they are not necessary. Because if you know how much damage, grudges and those crutches and resentment will do to your life, you will never bear them in life. You see, successful people, like I said, they are not smarter. They are not successful because they are smarter than the rest of us. They don't have special intelligence, but they have learned to be success conscious. They think success. They think positive. They think can do. If you ask them something big, why not? Not how. Why not? That should be your attitude. You see, when you choose your major purpose in life and decide to pursue it, something strange begins to happen. Because of time, let me run through them. Circumstances begin to line up for you. Until I started this thing, not many of you knew me. You see? How come that you are all coming? I didn't speak to any of you to come, maybe apart from one or two that I teach. But you see, doors started opening. The moment you launch your purpose, you will see that doors will begin to open. Circumstances will line up. Opportunities will appear from nowhere. People will begin to cooperate with you. People that want to support you and help you. They want to sing in your choir. They want to play your drums. They want to do it for you. They will appear from nowhere. If you don't step out, those people are there waiting to come, but they won't come forward. You see, your fears and your doubts begin to melt away, and you begin to see more clearly. A new energy begins to well up inside of you. Your joy explodes. Peace settles on you. Depression has no place in your life at all because you are too busy for depression anyway. You become a new person, so to speak. You become a magnet for other people connected with your purpose. It's like whenever you appear, the world will say, hey, make way for Mark Nyarko, he's coming. Make way. Don't waste his time. He's a man on a mission. They will say that about you. They will say that about you when you discover your purpose and you begin to pursue it. Anywhere you appear, the world will be making room for you. Make way. Make way. Make way. Everybody wants to be your minder. You see? Okay? There may be opposition, but you know what? Once you know your purpose, you don't care too much about opposition. There is something we call the law of recognition, which means that everything you need in life is already in your life. Everything. You were born with it. It's there. It is only waiting for you to recognize it. It is only waiting. What am I talking about? The talents, the giftings, the aptitudes, the endowments, natural abilities, skills, dexterities, know-how, acumen, excellences, flares, they are all already in your life, suitable for your particular purpose. The moment you recognize your purpose and say, I'm becoming a pilot, I'm becoming a doctor, I'm becoming a lecturer, I'm becoming a top military officer, you will see that that thing inside of you begins to wake up, and then the resources to help you do those things begin to appear. You see that all of a sudden, you know, when you are doing that thing, people will be wondering, where did he learn that from? You know, see, there's something you are missing if you haven't discovered your purpose, and that may be costing you. So how do you discover your purpose? What do you love doing? There's something that you love doing. Even when you are doing it, you don't feel hungry. You may love your food, but you still don't feel hungry. That reveals your greatest gift. What are you passionate about? That's a clue to your purpose. What do you talk about most of the time? What do you think about? What do you want to read about? That's a clue, your area of gifting. Somebody may want to read about airplanes or car engines or, you know, family life or whatever it is, military, you know, strategies and all that, medical equipment. You are thinking about it. You are talking about it. You're always reading about that. That's a clue. That is your purpose. You see, you only have wisdom for what you are purposed to do. When Michael Jackson was doing those backward things, and everybody was saying, how does he do that? I mean, some of you, when you do that, you fall in it. But the guy could do that and do that and do that. You understand? And people are wondering, how does he do that? When David Beckham was taking those pot kicks and bend it like Beckham, and everybody will be wondering, how does he do that? It's your natural talent. You are born with it. It's inside of you. You see, you may need to rehearse and train for it to be perfect, but it's there. The seeds are there. You see, you have wisdom for what you are talented to do, what you are purposed to do. The proof of love is the investment of time. The thing you spend your time most doing. That shows that that's where you are called. You know, that's where your purpose lies. My last question is, if money wasn't a problem, what would you spend your time doing? If, let's say, I have all the money in the world, traveling, you'll be bored. You can see all the countries in the world, and then what next? You can be like Bill Gates, you made all the money in the world, and then what next? You can be like Magic Johnson, play all the balls and win all the trophies, and then what next? You're still alive, got to be doing something. You see? The investment of time is the proof of what you love. Can anybody imagine what I love doing? Can you imagine what I love doing? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Is it my lunch break? Of course, it's my lunch break. Could I be doing something else? Of course. Do I get paid for this? Of course not. You see, Another question. If, let's say, whatever you did, you are paid the same amount of money, 20 pounds an hour, 100 pounds an hour. It doesn't matter what you did. What would you be doing? That's a clue. That's your purpose. That's a clue. That's your purpose. You see? That's a clue. That's a clue. Finally, let me add this. Finally, Chinese are the best ping pong players in the world. Ping pong. I don't even know what it is. It's like table tennis, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Table tennis, yeah. Okay. And those mentors that teach, they are champions. Somebody asked them, how do you train your champions? And those mentors said, we focus on their giftings and abilities. What about their weaknesses? The guy said, we simply ignore them. We ignore their weaknesses. Listen carefully. Many a time, some of you, when you look into the mirror, you are only looking at your weaknesses. You're looking at your flaws. You're looking at what you are not good at. And then when you do that, you won't go far in life. If I decided to sit until I got an A in GCSE Maths, maybe I'll still be doing it by now. You focus on your strengths. You perfect your strengths. What you are good at, that's what you have to keep doing and doing and doing. The moment you keep doing and doing and doing it, it will compensate for whatever weakness you have in life. Are you listening to me? Discover what you are good at. Give yourself to that. Forget about what you are not good at. The moment you become good, does anybody care whether David Beckham can add up? Does it matter? Did anybody care whether Michael Jackson could be a good public speaker? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. He tried what he was good at, and he focused on that, and tried it, 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 and tried it. And then he got better. And that compensated for his area of weakness. Your weaknesses will die naturally the moment you begin to excel on what you are good at. I want you to go back home, sit down, look inside of you, look at what you are good at. You will know. Look at what you are good at. Sometimes your friends will be a clue to what you are good at. When they have a problem, everybody will bring it to you. But who said I'm the expert in this? Oh, but we know, Mark, you can do it. That kind of your friends, people that know you, they'll bring some things to you. Any problem in that area, you see them bringing it. Why are they bringing that? They can see something, maybe you don't see it, but they see it. Focus on that. The more you focus on what you are good at, you will see that you're becoming more and more excellent. And very, very soon, we are going to produce some superstars here. You came to college not just to read the business books and the maths books and that kind of thing. Believe me, you are getting more than that. Is that true? Yes. We are going to produce some superstars here. We are going to produce some successful people here, some champions here, champions in industry, champions in society, champions in government, champions in, IT, champions in every area of life. Every generation comes with its need, what is necessary. And then every generation also with the need will come the way to solve that need. Look at your generation. What may be the urgent need? Once you discover that and it's in your area of gifting, go ahead, pursue it before you realize you are the next Bill Gates. Thank you for coming today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.